You can see it in real life. It's just a one-night stand. Why did he do that? I was under pressure, you know. I had to work in some other city, and she was there, and and kiss and makeup, so I'm sorry. So she does the same. And this is what Allah does not want to happen. That is why He puts these restrictions. Now, if you still insist that you not have any bad intentions, then the only thing you have to do is to stick to the Quran and Sunnah. In the Quran and Sunnah, we are told you're not allowed to intermingle with females. You are not allowed to mix with them, because their temptation is so great that Allah Azza wa Jal wants to protect you and to protect her. So you must not have any friendship with the opposite sex, because it does influence your heart. Maybe it doesn't influence it now, but eventually when it clicks, you're going to have sleepless nights. You're going to keep on thinking and contemplating and not being able to focus on your studies because of that particular girl. And definitely it's not going to be the right way of, you know, proposing and getting married. And this does it never happens. All what you see is a boyfriend taking a girlfriend, going out together for a couple of months, a couple of years. It's adultery. It's not, you know, they say, they make it sound nice. You know, well, I'm going out with my girl. I have a girlfriend. We go out together. Don't say we go out. You say we do adultery, which is a major sin. And you may not, if you accept it for yourself, you may not accept it for your mom. You would not accept it for your sister. Definitely you would not accept it for your daughter. And if you do, then that's a big problem. As in non-Muslim countries, that is a big problem. But even in non-Muslim countries, still males, husbands, fathers, brothers do possess some sort of jealousy, and they do not accept this to happen to their loved ones, a sister, a daughter, or a wife. I think this answers your question. We will take a short pause here, and we will be back, inshaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Riyaz Ansari from the United States, and you're watching Peace TV.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome back to Youth Talk. We are talking about the peer influence, and the floor is open for any suggestions or questions. Yes, sir.
My name is Ayman. I have a question also about criticism. I get criticized, you know, of course, I have a lot of friends from school time and very close friends, and they're very good people. But the problem is, by time when we entered college, some of them who started drinking, some of them who actually went in doing drugs. But basically, they're very good people, and I know them for a very long time. I don't know, should I continue with them, or what's the situation? What should I do?
This is a common problem, but to bring it from the very beginning, you've said that they are good friends. How do you define good? See, it's an elastic word. So I could have someone that does everything that I ask from him and classify him as good. Although he helps me in getting my drugs, he helps me skip school, he helps me do the bad things that I want to do and won't be able to do it without his help. So I would classify him as a good friend. And at the same time, if someone tells me, come and pray, or let's go for Umrah, or there's a poor man that needs money, let's help him, I would classify him as bad news. Because he's boring, he's not a good friend. Every time I sit with him, he says, hell and heaven. Do this, don't do that. Allah says in the Quran, the Prophet said in the Hadith. Every time I sit with him, whenever I want to say a good joke, well, that good to me, bad to him. If I want to say a good joke, he says, no, this is haram. You're mocking of people. It has sexual implications. It's forbidden for you to say such a thing. So we have to know who is your good friend. And how do I determine if this friend is good or bad? But I think I understand what you mean, because you mean by saying a good friend is a person, although away from his religious belief. He is a person that stands by you when you need him, that gives you a helping hand whenever you need one, that a person that you could trust with your secrets. So if this is your classification of a good friend, assuming that it is, if they do sin in front of you, if they abuse drugs, or if they drink, or if they fornicate, or if they do any of these major sins, you are not allowed to stay with them while they are performing these sins. I know a lot of people that do not drink, but whenever they go out with their friends and their friends drink, they sit with them and they don't drink. They only take soft drinks. Now, they think that by doing this, they have not committed anything that is haram. On the contrary, they have done a major sin, because the Prophet ﷺ said that it is not lawful for a person who believes in Allah and the Day of Judgment to sit on a table where wine, any form of alcoholic drinks, is turned around, though he is not drinking.
So I have a comment. Like in one of the previous episodes, we said that that Allah is most merciful, and there's a saying also, it's a'malu bin-niyat. And once I asked you about this, I guess, and you said that if I'm sitting in a place and my intentions are good, like I'm there, I'm not because, you know, I'm not there because of the drinking and, you know, all that. I'm just there to have a good time, or I'm there to sit with my friends. So you said that Allah is most merciful. So I was just wondering about your feedback, or what do you think of this?
Did I ever say that? Guys, then you misunderstood me.
Maybe.
And I hope the brothers there that watching this program did not misunderstand me. I said you cannot have good intention with bad deeds. And I gave you an example, I think, and I guess as you did, I gave you an example of someone going into the discotheque to dance, drink, socialize, with the intention of calling that nice blonde girl to Islam. I told you this is not acceptable at all. Even if this guy has the clearest intentions of all, it does not justify you falling in sin. So this is not acceptable at all. You may have the best time of your life, providing you do not sin. But to go out with people that drink and, you know, party, and they're having fun, and you don't drink, but you're partying with them, being there is a reason for curse and doom from Allah Azza wa Jal. And it's the same thing as being with the good guys. So, as in the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ told us that the angels come back to Allah after visiting a place of dhikr, of remembering or calling Allah. A group of people calling Allah, studying, like we're doing now, studying the hadith, the Quran. So Allah asked them, where have you been? And He knows, but He is asking them just to show His creatures about this situation. So they told Him that we passed by a group of people calling you and remembering you. So He said, okay, bear witness that I have forgiven all of their sins. So they say, but there is this person among them who did not come for calling you or remembering you. He just came for a reason. You know, he wants to borrow some money from this guy, so he just sat there and said, yes, mashallah, la quwwata illa billah. He's just faking it, you know. He just wants the money from that guy. So Allah Almighty says that include him with them. Include him, forgive his sins. Because that group and that place they're sitting in is a blessed one. So whoever comes in that place will be governed in that blessing of Allah Azza wa Jal. This is an honor, a gift from Allah Azza wa Jal. But if you reverse this, the same thing applies. If you go in a place of sin and you sit there, and maybe you're not having a good time, you're just sitting there, you know, I'm there. Why don't you leave? Well, they're my friends, you know, they're my buddies, and my, you know, I can't leave them. If you stay there, the curse, the dam of